Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chocolates.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between our visitors and the Cleveland Browns. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And an alley to run. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there in that scramble.
Here's Wilson. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Johnson. Swap down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. 43 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Here we go. Set. 8. Read.
Man, I got you. Man.
Set.
He's checking. Crash.
On first down, it's Sanchez. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go on. Bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Let's race, don't travel. Go.
Check three.
Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Their boy down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
I smell fear in that offense. Go. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey.
Alpha. Hustle. Ready.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
He's crashing.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Check. Say. Jim.
Nice 7. Let's go. Ready, go.
2nd and 11. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 33.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Watch the slant. Check 4, check 4. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety. Yep.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Ready, set.
Double
That's
time,
the
guys.
end of
Double
the first
time.
quarter. With the score, Chargers 7, Browns nothing.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
59. Mike to 59.
Buzz.
Ricky.
Lock it. Seam 6.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Here we go.
Let him.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And picked up by the Chargers.
Well, give some credit to the defense. Knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Yeah, baby, that's hard.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 67 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a 1st down.
Check. 59.
A first throw here for the backup Taylor. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Johnson. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Double dog, that's the way.
Delta.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
You ready? You ready?
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his pipe.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Ready? 60, orange. 59.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Out, 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 out. SOS, SOS, SOS.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 69 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken very short.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. 59. Alert.
On first down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. He just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On second down, it's Johnson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down now. It's Sanchez, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, we got four. Got four down.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sanchez. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. A pretty good effort there. 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Check your hot read. Slam. Blue dart clunkers.
Looking to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their mobile, agile quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Mike, 315. I got it. 2 times. Everyone, you got 4 down.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson, and going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, L.A. Tyreek Hill, 68 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing? And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Check 50, check 50. Deuce. See it. And check 24, check 24. Shift. Ready.
They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sanchez. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 43 yards on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. It's a quarterback sneak, and they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
You got it.
1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come out here in the eye.
Mike's 59. Here we go. Spawn.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. It's their quarterback, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Okay, just like that.
They go to Johnson again. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger 1st.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Check. No. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Mike, check. 59. Hey.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Desmond King picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
Here we go. Watch there.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was a
mistake,
yeah,
for sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down, protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball an additional time.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Check it back.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Josh Lambo now for the Charger field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Lambo, he missed it. He missed it left. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he's got his man on the comebacker. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Gone.
Football.
Shift.
Back.
Set. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Kill. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift.
Back to throw. Holmes has got it complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 18 yards to pick up there.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Tighten up.
2nd and 2. Escaping the pressure right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
The tackle made
We got a plane to catch.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Wilson. They complete it to Hill. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. And the AFC champion has been crowned onto the Super Bowl. There cannot be a better feeling than this.
It's almost indescribable. And when we talk to players from the past, a lot of them mention getting to the Super Bowl, winning a conference championship, even before they talk about the Super Bowl itself. All that hard work to get to your goal, incredible.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.